Hello and welcome to AKESO training. This morning we are going to be discussing how to log into AKESO for the first time and how to set up your profile. So if you are at this page or are watching this video, then you have already found where AKESO is located. But just to review, you would log into the College of Nursing homepage on USA's page and navigate to Clinical Affairs. Click on AKESO, and then you would click on this tutorial, and below that is the link actually to AKESO itself. So when you open up that link, you will put in your JAG number followed by your password that you use for your email. So whatever your JAGmail email is what your password is. That's what you will click on here. When you first log in, you will see it will take you to this page. And on this page, you will see that it says you've not uploaded any licenses to your profile yet. Click here to view your profile. And then a couple of other things. Just some quick housekeeping here for you. When students or faculty try to log in or use AKESO using either Internet Explorer or Safari as web browsers, they are not compatible with AKESO. So do not use Internet Explorer, do not use Safari. You can use Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, all of those are acceptable, but again, Internet Explorer and Safari are not. You will receive errors and it's frustrating. A couple of other things. There are 3 documents you will need to upload, so make sure that you have those readily available. The system only accepts PDFs, so be sure that you are using PDFs only, and make sure that all those PDFs are less than 25 megabytes. So I have a few things here that I'm going to show you. You can see a CV, test certification, and licensure documents. So your licensure document should look like this. If it is in Alabama, of course, nurses is accepted, or it doesn't matter if it is in another state. Whatever your Board of Nursing licensure verification looks like is what should be uploaded here. And it should have a number, the type of license it is, if it's active or inactive, when it's at the expiration date, encumbrance history, and that's pretty much what should be on it. And it should only be your RN. You don't necessarily have to upload your APRN. Okay, coming back over here. So make sure that, again, that you have these ready. Your certification, if you hold a certification, and that is, for instance, if you are an acute care nurse practitioner and you're coming back to get your FNP, doing a postgraduate certificate program, you would upload whatever your current certification is here. This is not a place for trauma certification or for AHA, BLS for healthcare workers, CPR certification. That is not the type of certification I'm talking about. I'm talking about certification of a specialty already as a nurse practitioner. Or CNS. The other document you will need is your CV. Some people do not have CVs yet, but you should go ahead and create a CV, because there are several times, depending on the site that you may request, asks us for CVs. So go ahead and create one, and if you need any help with that, please reach out to your track coordinator who can supply you with a template for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on student. There's 2 different ways you can do this. You can click on student so you can see what's under there, or you can go ahead and click here the very first time to view your profile. So let's do that and talk about the components that are in your profile. So the first thing you will see is your JAG number, which it self-populates, as well as your first and last name. All of those things self-populate, so you don't have to do anything with that. If something is incorrect here, then you need to do 2 things. The first thing you need to do is check with Banner, because this information is driven from Banner. So if there is something incorrect in Banner, it will be incorrect here. The next thing you need to do is let someone know, your faculty know, that this is incorrect. They will reach out to Clinical Affairs and we can correct it for you in AKESO. However, please understand that AKESO does not correct Banner. So if your name is still incorrect in Banner, you will need to correct that. The next thing that you will see here is your date of birth, ethnicity, and gender. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is information that is a must. Some students or faculty have given pause because this information is in here, but let me explain why it is. Multiple states, we have to report data out, and for our accreditation, we have to report data out in the aggregate. And what that means is I have to know how many students are between 20 and 30, 30 and 40, 40 and 50, etc. I have to report how many Hispanic students, or two or more race students, or Asian, or Caucasian, whatever it is, Black, not Hispanic, whatever the designation is, I have to report that out in the aggregate. And then gender, same, female or male, I have to report that out in the aggregate. And what does that mean, reporting it out in the aggregate? Well, what that means is I have to report just the number. The number is not associated with any person, so a board of nursing or our accrediting bodies will never see that data specifically tied to you. They only see that data as I have 40 students that identify as Asian Islanders, or whatever it may be. So that is how that information is reported out. Now, as far as who can see that information, faculty cannot see that information. Other students cannot see that information. In fact, no other student can see any of your profile information. The only person who can see your profile information is your faculty or the administrative team, which is the assistant dean or associate dean for clinical affairs, and all of the staff that work in clinical affairs. So the faculty cannot see this information either. Only people who can see the demographic information is the administrative team. No one else can see this. It is not reportable, again, except for in the aggregate. So it's important that you go ahead and put this information in here. It is in Banner, so it is not something that we don't have access to. It just makes it easier for reporting purposes so that we don't have to go through and fill out or find all of this information. The next thing that you'll need to do is put in your address. This should be your address where you live, where you are actually working from, where you live. That should be your address. Your city, state, zip code, all of this should be here. And then a primary phone number. Please make sure you upload a phone number where I can reach you, or secondary phone number. That should also be there. And then your degree level. Are you in a master's program, doctoral program, or are you undergraduate? And the department. So you should choose here whether you're in adult health, community health, or maternal child. Most of the time, people know this. If you're unsure of this, you can reach out to either an advisor or to your clinical faculty, and they will be able to help you understand which program your track is actually listed under. And then you will click Save. That just saves all of that information. And again, I clicked Save and I didn't upload anything, so it gave me the warning. So I just went back again, and you can see here is where you add the license, certification, and CV. So the first thing I will do is add a license. To do that is very simple. Click Add License. And it wants you to enter a license number. So make sure that you enter your correct license number. And then level. People often wonder what that means. Well, is this an RN or an APRN license that you are uploading? For most student purposes, it will be an RN license. Expiration date, you'll need to put in the expiration, whatever date that is, on your license. And then the state of your license, so whatever state your license is held in. If your state has multi-state designation or compact designation on the license itself, please click this box. If it does not, you don't have to click the box. Then the next thing you'll do is choose a file. So we're going to choose a file. Give me just a second here to get to it. So you will choose a file, and again, make sure that that file is a PDF. And make sure that that PDF is less than 25 megabytes. So let's go into, let's see, I'll pull mine and add license. So now the license is in there, and you can see all of the data that I put in there is there. Next, you'll add a certification. This is a little easier. Just click Add Certification, putting your certifying body, in this case ANCC, the type, expiration date, And then again, you'll choose a file, and we will put in, I have a test document for that. And the last thing that you will see here is a CV. Now, if you have more than one, you can continue to add certifications. Same with license. If you're licensed in multiple states and you don't know which state you might want to do a clinical in, or you already know which one, but it could be in one or the other, then go ahead and add all of your licenses. And last is the CV. For this, all you have to do is just choose the document. There is no fields for you to actually place. So licenses, certifications, CVs, all of that goes here. Once everything is in, make sure you click that Save button again, and you'll see that top warning went away. Now sometimes, let's go back into that and let's look at a couple of things. Go to Profile. Let's say, you know what, I uploaded the right document, but actually made a mistake in this license number. I can delete that and add it back. Same with certifications or CVs. All of those are changeable. Or let's say I move and I need to update my address here, or get a new phone number, I need to update that. I can change any of that and click Save. The things that you cannot change are above this line here, and that is name. I'm sorry, not these things you can change. You can't change your JAG number or your name. If that needs to be changed, again, you'll have to reach out to your faculty, who can then reach out to clinical affairs so that we can make that change for you. But again, it is up to you to make sure that those records match in Banner. So again, you can delete things that are incorrect. You can add new licenses as you need to, new certifications, CVs. If you have a new CV to upload, you can do that. You can edit any of this information. Always click the Save button when you're done so that it keeps any changes that you have made. That is how you log in and update your student profile. So logging in the first time and updating your student profile the first time. A couple of resources that you need to know, you'll see here is your dashboard. When you create clinical placement requests, they will come in here. Your profile I just showed you, and if you wanted to create a new request, you can do it from either here or here. I try to make that available in multiple places. Resources, you can filter by category, and anything that you need to see would be in here. That I'm in my test database, so I don't have it all listed. But there are 5 categories worth of documents that you can sift through, including tutorials and lists and forms and state authorization information, that sort of thing. So you can click over here. It's very self-explanatory, and see those. When anyone sees the message no resources to show, that typically means you're using Internet Explorer. It states that now because I am in the test database and there are no resources in the test database. But when in the live database that you will be in, as far as finding resources, again, you would just click the category filter and then find it. Contact, let's talk about this. If you need to contact us for any reason related to the database, so something is going on in AKESO, it's doing something weird, you would put in that information here and click Submit. It will send us an email directly. If you put in something here for something else, like you want to know if this site's appropriate, that doesn't go there. We will bounce it back to you. That is something that should go to your clinical faculty. There are a few FAQs in here. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I will strengthen that section coming up in the future. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go back to here and look at your profile. This is what it will look like, and thank you very much. If you have any questions about how to enter something into your profile or make changes to it, please contact your clinical faculty, and if they can't help you, they will direct you back to clinical affairs. So thank you so much for your time and attention today, and have a blessed day.